here we are. Meera Makes Aloo Paratha by Sangeetha Narayan. This looks so amazing, and the aloo paratha looks absolutely amazing. This is dedicated to all the grandparents and their grandkids all over the world.
I'm not friends with Shelly anymore.
Meera kicked off her shoes angrily.
Hello, my darling child,
Dadaji said.
She always wants me to be her student. Why can't I be the teacher?
Meera continued whining. She paced the room.
Water?
Dadaji offered. Meera gulped it down.
Water helps us calm down.
Dadaji said.
It also helps us make your favorite dish.
Meera followed as Dadaji walked into the kitchen.
Can you please help me pour the water into this flour, Meera?
Dadaji asked, pointing to the pitcher of water. Meera washed her hands in the sink and then grabbed the pitcher. Dadaji warned,
Slow and steady, sweetheart. You can't rush when you are cooking.
Meera nodded and slowly poured the water.
Don't you get angry when someone tells you what to do all the time, Dadaji?
Meera asked as she watched the flour turn thicker when Dadaji kneaded the flour.
Not if I can learn something new from it.
Dadaji replied.
Do you remember when I learned to play tabla?
Dadaji drummed on the table.
Or when your dad taught me the rules to play baseball?
Dadaji continued.
It was so much fun to watch the game with him when I knew how it was played.
Dadaji looked at Meera.
Now, can you help me peel the potatoes?
But I've never done it before.
Meera worried.
I will show you how to do it.
Dadaji picked at the skin with the spoon and peeled the potatoes. Meera watched him and carefully copied his actions.
You are an excellent student.
Dadaji smiled.
Now let's mash them.
Can you stop treating me like a student?
Meera wailed. Dadaji shrugged as he got the potato masher from the cabinet.
You will miss out on the fun part.
He then placed a couple of the peeled potatoes in a bowl and smashed them, making faces as he did it. Meera grinned at the sight.
Can I try?
Meera asked. Dadaji smiled and handed her the masher.
Who taught you to cook this dish, Dadaji?
Your Dadama is an excellent cook. I learned everything I know from her.
Dadaji smiled as he started adding spices to the potatoes.
First, we sprinkle some salt, then spices that heal us from inside. Spices are as colorful as the foods we eat. Let's add a pinch of turmeric powder and a half teaspoon of red chili powder. Finally, half a teaspoon of garam masala.
Meera watched as the potatoes changed colors from white to yellow and then to red.
Isn't it boring to always do what the teacher tells you?
Meera whined.
Here is the dough. And here are the mashed potatoes. Can you make the parathas?
Dadaji placed the bowls in front of her.
But I don't know what to do.
Meera stepped back with her hands in the air. Dadaji smiled.
And this is why sometimes people need to be a student before becoming a teacher. We all learn new things all our lives. It's one of the things that help our brains grow.
Dadaji divided the dough and shaped the smaller balls into a cup, filled it with the mashed and spiced potatoes, and then rolled them into a flat circle.
So to do anything, first, we should be willing to learn?
Meera wondered aloud as she rolled the dough.
Perfectly shaped and perfectly said.
Dadaji beamed at Meera. After he placed the flatbread on the preheated cooking pan and added a little oil, the room filled with a wonderful aroma.
I love the smell of aloo paratha. I can't wait to learn how to make chocolate chip cookies.
Meera looked at the potato fillings.
Something still seemed missing. You know what, Dadaji?
Meera snapped her fingers.
I have seen Dadima add those green leaves to her potatoes.
Oh, you mean coriander?
Dadaji wondered.
Yes, Meera jumped. Green makes the aloo paratha look even more colorful.
Oh, you are right.
Dadaji said.
I didn't think about coriander. Garnish makes foods look good and has health benefits too. You played an important part in this recipe and taught me that flavor and color are important too.
We could take turns,
Meera whispered to herself. Dadaji looked up.
Shelly and me.
Meera grinned at Dadaji.
We could be a teacher one day and a student the next day. That way, both of us could learn from each other. Yeah, a student can also become a teacher.
Her brain started to work as fast as she watched Dadaji chop up the coriander leaves.
You can be anything you want to be, my darling.
Dadaji hugged Meera.
Now let's enjoy the dish.
Meera took the first bite of the paratha.
This is the yummiest paratha I have ever tasted.
Dadaji said.
I can't wait to try your chocolate chip cookies. Will you teach me?
Meera laughed and nodded. After cleaning up, Meera ran to the phone. She couldn't wait to talk with Shelley. The end. Wow, that was such an incredible story. We got to learn about new foods, and if you wanted to continue to learn, in the back of the book, they have a recipe for aloo paratha. That's incredible. I know, I definitely want to try it now. In addition to that, they tell you what the different things mean. Like Dadaji means grandpa, and Dadama means grandma. Garam masala is a spice blend, and tabla is a percussion instrument from India. Isn't that so incredible? By reading, we can learn so much. And sometimes we have to read as a student, and sometimes once we finish reading, we can become a teacher. Isn't that incredible? Thank you so much, Sangeetha, for sharing your beautiful story with us. You know what time it is? It's time to find out our co-creators. Show us co-creators in the app. Tell me, tap, tap, tap. Hello, smartphone, tell us today. Did all our friends have fun and play? I hear my friends, Malcolm, Naomi, Jasmine, Alicia, and Judah had fun today. I hope you guys had a great time with me as well. If you enjoy reading as much as I do, you'll love to check out the Reading with Rella B podcast. It's an audio podcast you can listen to wherever you stream your local podcasts. If you would like to check out any Rella B book originals, you can go to rellabooks.com and go to the books tab. And if you would like to become a co-creator yourself, you can go to the Want to Participate tab where you'll find tons of free activities and also be able to write your own story. Thanks so much for joining me today. Toodles!